Okay, now it seems like we're back up and running. So I see what the problem is. My laptop does not like two programs trying to use that microphone at the same time. So we are going to try to get through this as quickly as we possibly can. We only have one game left to talk about, which is the Monday Night Football game, which is the Buffalo Bills in New York taking on the Jets. And I mentioned before the New York Jets, a team that has completely facelifted their entire offense, bringing in Aaron Rodgers and bringing in guys that Aaron Rodgers trusts. We talk about Randall Cobb coming in to this team. We talk about Alan Lazard coming into this team. They're trying to get David Bakhtiari, very obviously trying to get David Bakhtiari. Fingers crossed it doesn't work, as I'm a Packers fan. I would rather keep him in our room. So we're looking at obviously a division matchup here and a matchup of two teams that you could very easily see as playoff teams. I feel like Buffalo is like a slam dunk to be a playoff team, whereas the Jets, I think they're going to have to work a little bit harder for it, but you can make the argument that the Jets are the second best team in that division now. I think the Dolphins might have something to say about it, but the Jets could very well be that second best team in the AFC East. Super intriguing matchup because we know that we know what this Bills offense is. We know what the upside of this Bills offense is, which is that they're going to be one of the elite offenses in football. The Jets hope to be that, of course, weren't that last year and were one of, like we talked about, the least efficient offenses in the NFL from last year. But total facelift to the offense. They should have Breece Hall back at running back. You look at a guy like Michael Carter behind him, and the depth in that running back room for the New York Jets, I think, is definitely going to play to their advantage. But the Bills have depth in their running back room now as well. So this is just a super intriguing matchup. And I think this could be the fun game of week one. Every week's got like a fun week or fun game. Sorry. I think this is going to be the fun game of week one. So, how do I think it's going to go ultimately? It's very tough for me to bet against the Buffalo Bills in a spot like this, especially where this is a close matchup Vegas wise. Vegas is only laying 2.5 points on the Buffalo Bills in a game that they got the total set at 46.5. So a little on the higher side of a middling 40 for the total, but only 2.5 points on the road team. Like, they kind of think this is going to be relatively close. I like the Buffalo Bills in this spot. I think we're going to have to go ahead and grab the Buffalo Bills to win Monday Night Football, start the season off 1-0. I want to see what this Aaron Rodgers and led Jets offense is going to look like. I think they've got high-end capabilities in a game like this, but I do ultimately believe that the Bills have the better defense between the two teams. And I think that ultimately could wind up being the difference in this game. So we're going to go ahead and grab the Buffalo Bills on the road in New York to win a division game. Bills get the win over the Jets. On the line, Bills minus 2.5. I like them to win. It's a small price to pay. I will go ahead and lay that minus 2.5 on the Buffalo Bills. Total in the game set at 46.5. Like I mentioned, I believe that the Bills defense ultimately is what winds up being the difference in this football game. So we're going to go ahead and grab under 46.5 points in Buffalo, New York. Let's go Bills 26, Jets 16. Bills get a comfortable win, lay the minus 2.5, and give me the under on the 46.5 point total. Yes, Kat, I am alive. I apologize for the technical snafu. My laptop does not like both the live stream pilot as well as my audio recording software, does not like using both of those things at the same time, or both of those things trying to use my microphone at the same time. It's not a fan. My processor is going crazy. I should be able to have that fixed for next week. I appreciate y'all's patience for helping me finish off what is the week one episode of the 2023 NFL Football Pick Show, which is now in the books. I apologize that it's two different videos, two different live streams. You know what? I might ultimately I was thinking I might just like delete them and put them together, but probably not. They'll be all put together in one podcast episode for sure. But yeah, I apologize for the technical snafu there. Ideally, it won't happen again. So that's the week one episode in the books. That's it for me, Justin, Bridgewater's Finest on YouTube, Blockbuster_guy on Twitter, fueled as always by the incredible folks at Nerd Tees. Yes, Kat, I did like your tweet. I rather enjoyed it. I appreciate you signal boosting my failures like that, I guess, if we want to put it that way. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching the show for week one. We will see you again for week two. All right. So now only one program is using my microphone. So now my processor's not going to freak out as much. Wow. And it does. It just like it calmed right down. Jeez. That sucks. Like that's awful. Again, I am so sorry, folks, for the fact that this is broken up in two different videos. But like I say, the podcast episode will be seamless and like none of it ever happened. So that's the week one episode in the books. I don't think there's many people in here right now. I know at one point we were up to 9 or 10 concurrents, which is pretty awesome. But for anybody that does happen to be watching, if you got a question or anything, toss it in the live chat now. If not, then I will sign off with my technical difficulties, and I will see you all again for the week 2 live stream, which will be a week from today at 7 p.m. Eastern. I want to specify the streams will begin at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's 8 p.m. my time, but 7 p.m. Eastern. Kat in the chat says, if it makes you feel better after my recording, I found out my audio was being recorded twice. Oh, so RIP to that video. Oh, I know exactly what you mean. That had to be frustrating for sure. All right, folks. Thank you so much, and thank you to the couple people that came back for this last few minutes of this stream. I posted anyway. That's good. For the folks that came back here for the last few minutes, Kat, you're a real one. I appreciate that. We'll see you folks again next week.